You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine combat veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
Defending liberty 1 hour at a time and broadcasting live from the RWB Network studios in New York City, this is the Ryno Report. Always right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are going to make America great again.
My fellow Americans, let's roll.
And now, here's your host, the Ryno.
Hello, I am the Ryno, and this is my weekend report, and we are coming to you from the RWB Network studios here in New York, and distributed by CRN Digital Talk Radio. So what I do in the morning, like most of you, is I get up and I check the Twitter account. You got to check the Twitter. You check the Twitter, you check the Facebook, the Insta this, the Snap that, you check everything to see what's going on. And I found this one tweet put out by the PGA, the Professional Golfers Association. I like golf. You guys know I like golf. And so they had this video of a guy named Corey Gribble. Corey Gribble. I don't even know this guy. He shot a 5 over. No one needs to know him anyway. But what he did was, there was an alligator on the course. He was playing at Arnold Palmer Invitational in Orlando, which is a very nice course, by the way. And on the 6th hole, there was an alligator hanging out by one of the water traps. So his ball wasn't too far away. And I guess you don't want to hit your ball from too close to an alligator. That's bad practice. So he goes over and he tickles the alligator's butt a little bit, and the thing scurries off into the water. Who is cooler than this guy? And this isn't even the first time he's done this. It's happened before. Apparently it happens quite often to Mr. Gribble. 26 years old, this guy's got cojones of steel. In fact, there was a guy in 2014, I think his name was John Peterson. He also tried to do this in New Orleans. There was an alligator on the course, and he hit it with a rake, and the alligator kind of looked at him and eventually sort of, waddled or crawled off or whatever. I have never run into an alligator while playing golf, but now I'm going to have to watch out because these things are apparently around. And I guess if you play golf in Florida, and I've played plenty of golf down there, I never ever thought that I'd see an alligator on the course, but I guess you see these things everywhere. It happened in Disney World, right? With that 2-year-old or 3-year-old that got chomped up in the Seven Seas Lagoon. I don't know, too soon to joke about that. That was terrible. They have fences around all that now. But, all right, we have a big show today. This is our weekend show. We got to talk about wiretapping. We got the real story. And why is the Senate and the House, why are they so quick to move on from this? There is a lot of information, a lot of evidence out there, some of it given to us by mainstream media of all places. The one thing that may not be fake news. So we got to talk about that. We're going to talk about out-of-control judges. Some of these federal judges completely out of control. Is it time to start talking about impeachment? It has happened before. In fact, 15 times before, federal judges have been impeached. And it's very easy to tell who owns which politician. Just look at the items in the budget that they oppose, and there is their special interest owners. We're going to talk about all that. As always, you got to follow me on Twitter at Ryno, R-Y-N-O on air. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Ryno Report. You got to check out RynoReport.com, new articles, new videos, all sorts of stuff. And you got to email me questions, concerns, comments, a story I missed. Ryno, R-Y at rwbnetwork.com. Hang in there. Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty Health Share. If your health care has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options.
Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your health care. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today. Welcome back to this weekend edition of the Ryno Report. Hope you're having a great weekend. I guess it's, St. Patrick's Day weekend. For those of you who are under 25, this is a big deal. The Spring Breakers got their green bikinis on. They're drinking green beer. You know, they have kegs and eggs, right, in the morning on St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I don't know anything about that. It's just a nasty, nasty rumor. But yeah, it's spring break, St. Patrick's Day. See, here in New York, we have the St. Patrick's Day parade, and this thing is about 15 hours long. It never ends. It goes on forever. The people come into the city. They don't leave. It's like SantaCon, but with green hats. See, SantaCon is a dumpster fire around here. It is crazy. The trains going into the city with all sorts of skinny Santa Clauses that look like they're, fist pumping, and they got the slicked back hair, they're 18, 19, 20 years old, and then you have these slutty Mrs. Clauses, they're walking around too, the occasional elf. Well, just imagine that times like 3,000, and that's what happens during the St. Patrick's Day festivities here in New York. So you don't want to go anywhere near Manhattan, at least not for the next, I guess until Saturday night. They start clearing out. They start wiping the fog away from their eyes. So if you are out and about Friday night, just be careful, be cautious, because there are going to be a lot of these roadside, checkpoints set up. So if you're going to have a couple of beers, green ones perhaps, maybe have somebody else drive, or Uber it, or Lyft it, or whatever cab company is around you, or just make your most unpopular friend drive. That's usually the way you do it. It's the one time a year when you hang out with that person and they are the designated driver. They're aware of their role. It's okay. It's okay. I did see this one thing. A laptop, a Secret Service laptop, got stolen in New York City. And apparently this laptop has, like, the building plans and all the emergency exits for Trump Tower on it, all sorts of stuff. They're saying that they can wipe this thing remotely once it's attached to the internet. So if it's air-gapped, forget it. They can never wipe it. But if whoever has this thing, tries to connect it to the interweb, they can, I guess, delete everything on it. Sort of like that Find My iPhone or whatever app if you have an iPhone. You can just delete stuff. If you leave it somewhere, perhaps at a St. Patrick's Day parade or a SantaCon event, you can just delete it. So I guess the Secret Service is having a bad couple of years. Let's be honest here. They had people climbing that fence like it was a rock wall at Dick's Sporting Goods a couple of years ago when Obama was living at the White House. And they had those problems down in South America. They weren't paying the hookers and the drugs. I mean, you know what? Had they just paid these women of the night, that never would have happened. The whole thing would have gone away. No one would have been the wiser. But they cheaped out on that one. So I don't know. They're not having a good couple of years. Also, before we get into the craziness that was this week, I had the distinct pleasure of meeting with a group of young Republicans in Nassau County on Long Island last night, Thursday night. It was a lot of fun. They weren't as young as I thought they were going to be. I think some of them may have been my age, perhaps a little bit older, but very engaged people, very smart people. There were lawyers and all sorts of people that very inspirational for someone like me who,
sort of is on the outside looking in. They're on the inside. These are the people who are out there handing out palm cards in the rain and knocking on doors and collecting signatures. And a lot of us can talk about what we'd like to do and what we want to do, what we want President Trump to do, what he should do. But these are the people that are in the trenches. They're actually getting it done. So I do encourage you to visit your local club. And if you have youngins, maybe, 18, 19, 20 years old, check out their Young Republican Club in your area, because that was a lot of fun. And hopefully we will do that again shortly. Now, so the Senate and the House, this to me is absolutely mind-boggling. They come out with these statements saying that there was nothing with the wiretapping with Trump Tower. President Trump is completely off the reservation. We don't know what he's talking about. Even though, didn't they give him an extension? He didn't meet the arbitrary deadline that was set to produce evidence. And they said, okay, we'll produce evidence in the next week, and then we'll review it. But they come out with a statement before they receive the evidence. And not for nothing, but the day before, President Trump is on Tucker Carlson saying he has evidence. Wouldn't you want to wait for this? Perhaps this silent coup that people keep talking about is not just on one side of the aisle. How many months did we give Hillary Clinton and her team of lawyers to sort through emails just so they could get rid of the ones that were incriminating? How long did we get? It was months. And then once they had them, it took months to go through them. And then it took a year to release them. That's why when James Comey comes out in October and says, well, we reviewed 300,000 emails using keywords in 8 days, nobody buys it. Absolutely nobody buys it. Because it's garbage. So they give President, he's the president. They gave Hillary Clinton more courtesy as a private citizen than they are giving the President of the United States of America. Not to mention these judges. We'll get into these judges a little bit later. These people are totally out of bounds. Totally out of bounds. So you have this statement, okay? This is from the Senate. Based on the information available to us, we see no indications that Trump Tower was the subject of surveillance by any element of the United States government, either before or after Election Day 2016. The one part of that statement that made me look twice when I saw it, any element of the United States government. With all this talk about British intelligence possibly being involved, why wouldn't that statement say by any government, at the request of, or independent of? Why does it just say the United States government? Who are we protecting? That's a rhetorical question because we all know the answer to it. We are protecting the former president. I don't buy any of this stuff about how they don't know. Oh, he wouldn't know there's a FISA warrant. Come on. Do you think we were born yesterday? Of course he would know about a FISA warrant, especially against somebody running for his position. Any element of the United States government. And then you have the House Intelligence Committee. Yes, they actually call themselves that. Part of their statement says, I don't think there was an actual tap on Trump Tower. This is, of course, according to Devin Nunes, who 3 days ago said, well, we don't have enough information. All of a sudden, they have enough information. This thing is getting buried because they know this goes so deep, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. That's how deep this goes. Mark Levin hit the nail on the head 2 weeks ago when he outlined the timeline of what happened here and what makes sense. If there was no tap, then where did these transcripts from New York Times and WAPO come from? Where'd they come from? Or were they just making it all up? And why are their feet not being held to the fire on that? There is a complete contradiction here, and they are trying to bury it up. The Senate is trying to bury it. The House is trying to bury it. You have to ask yourself, why? Why do they want this buried?
I think we have the answer. So you want to stay tuned for that. We have a lot more to get to today, guys. Hang in there. You're listening to the Ryno Report. Never apologize for being right.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right. Get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
This is Larry Minetti for Herpanicin, the acne medication that really works from the inside out. If you suffer from skin problems, Herpanicin is the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out and gets rid of all kinds of acne and blemishes on your back, neck, and your face. It works so well, you can look and feel like a movie star. Herpanicin, a natural supplement created by Dr. Wayne Diamond. You take a pill, and that's it. I've been on these supplements, and they really work, folks. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror ever again. Get Herpanicin today. Call 888-467-4200. That's 888-467-4200. Herpanicin, it really works. 888-467-4200. Tell them Larry Minetti told you to call and look and feel like $1 million with Herpanicin. Call 888-467-4200.
Welcome back to this weekend edition of the Ryno Report. You have to join me Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, on crntalk.com. Go to crntalk.com. You click on Channel 1, 2 p.m. Eastern, every single day, Monday through Friday. Got to join me there. Or if you can't make the live show, if you can't convince your boss to let you listen to free speech for an hour, then you have to do it on your own time via podcast or on-demand radio, as I'm calling it now. I don't like the word podcast. On-demand radio. iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio, or RynoReport.com. You can check out my new article there, too. March is truly mad. That's the name of the article. Hey, how are your brackets doing, by the way? Some bracket busters yesterday? Yeah, it looked like it. It looked like it. If you like that sort of basketball sort of thing. Not my speed, so we won't talk about it. But this Secret Service, going back to Secret, how do you lose a laptop? I don't go anywhere without my laptop. It's never more than 3 feet from me. How does a Secret Service agent lose a laptop? And then we're hearing that one of these agents was like taking selfies with Donald Trump's grandson or something. They don't pay the hookers in South America. Get your stuff together, man. Get the Secret Service, for crying out loud. You're acting more like DPW. All right, so So the wiretapping. We're going to get back to wiretapping because that's what we have to do today. The timeline is totally screwed up. Absolutely screwed up. Donald Trump was supposed to, they're ordering the president, right? They tell the president, the House Intelligence Committee, the oxymoron that is, they tell the president he has to give them evidence by Monday. They say, listen, we need more time, a little bit more time. They say, fine, we'll give you a week or so to produce your evidence. On Tuesday, the 14th of March, on Wednesday you have Trump is on Tucker Carlson telling Tucker that he has evidence and it's going to come to light in the next week. So that's there. The president is on record saying he has evidence. He missed the deadline by 2 days. He got an extension. He's saying to the public he has evidence. Friday comes, Thursday comes, and nope, sorry, case closed, no evidence here. Any element of the United States government never surveilled him. There was no tap on Trump Towers, says Devin Nunes. What are they doing? They are covering something up. They are running scared. Their backs are against the wall. The populace told them, we are tired of your garbage on November 8th. And there is a lot of dirty laundry here. A lot. First of all, I love the fact that Donald Trump went on Tucker Carlson at the same exact time that Rachel Maddow was on, the day after she completely screwed up that tax story. He went on at 9 p.m. He could have gone at 8 p.m. He could have gone on at 4 a.m. It wouldn't have mattered. They'll do whatever he wants. He chose 9 p.m. He chose Tucker Carlson because that's the same time slot as Rachel Maddow. He wanted to really rub it in that you had this story, you flubbed the entire thing, you muffed it, and then the next day, no one's going to watch you because they're going to tune in to Tucker Carlson. I love that. He's such a marketer when it comes to that. They never, ever would have thought about that. Not in a million years. You know, to think that the Obama administration would never go as far as to wiretap a candidate. They can't do that, right? They would never do it. Only they have a history of wiretapping people. Some with, some without warrants. Angela Merkel, that only happened for 4 years. And of course, by wiretapping, we have to now say, because everything is so literal now, we have to say surveillance. Because if we say wiretapping, all of a sudden we got to check all the old Morse code wires. Oh, there's none up there, so they're lying. Fake news. So it's surveillance. Okay, when we say wiretapping, we mean surveillance. They were surveilling Angela Merkel for 4 years. James Rosen of Fox News, Italian ambassadors, WHO officials, climatologists. These people have all been the subject of surveillance by the Obama administration. Why would we think that somebody who could actually do real damage to Obama's administration, the footnote president, why they wouldn't think to do this? Of course they would. They have a history of doing it. All of a sudden, they're on their best behavior? Are you kidding me? Not even close. Not even close. And then we have the British intelligence factor. What's happening here? Their statement was awfully suspect too. They said that any implication that they were involved was utterly ridiculous and should be ignored. Almost like when Obama said tyranny could be lurking around every corner, those voices should be ignored. Wow! Sounds awfully similar to me. We're going to dissect this when we come back. Plus, we have a lot more to get to. Do not go anywhere. This is the Ryno Report. Always right. Part of the RWB Network.
This is The Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. The story of Beauty and the Beast is timeless, and now you can see this beloved classic come to life on the big screen with expert costumes and exceptional performances.
Look, a girl. Yes, I can see it's a girl, you fool. What if she is the one?
Viewers are also granted several new songs that give even more depth to those characters living under the castle's curse. This PG-rated film is in theaters March 17th. For my full review of Beauty and the Beast, visit mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter @TheMungle.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit card management services Inc. DBA DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Congress Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
This is Larry Elder inviting you to join me twice daily here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Tune in to CRN3 Reagan Radio Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern for my live 3-hour show. And don't miss the replay of the show on CRN1 starting at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. The Larry Elder Show, twice as good, 2 times daily, Monday through Friday on CRN. Find out more at crntalk.com.
All right, welcome back to this weekend edition of the Ryno Report. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We're going over wiretapping. I don't think we're tapped right now. I don't think we're being surveilled. We're always being surveilled. The eye in the sky, each and every one of us. Just go download Google Earth, and you can see right there, you're being surveilled. So there is this history that the Obama administration has of surveilling people. Angela Merkel, James Rosen, Italian ambassadors, WHO officials, climatologists of all people, climatologists, probably the ones that just didn't agree with him and that hoax of climate change. Now, there is something interesting here. Let's go through the timeline. June 2016, there is the FISA request, okay? They want to get into something, perhaps the Trump server. It is denied by the court. I contend, at that point in time, look at the date in particular, June 2016, okay? Donald Trump is already probably the unofficial nominee at that point. Unofficially the Republican nominee because the convention hasn't started yet. So you're talking in June. It's like rules committee for the RNC. So I bet At this point in time, the Obama administration already knows through their intelligence sources that the DNC server was compromised. They probably already know. They're not going to tell anybody. They're going to let it hit Debbie Wasserman Schultz like a sandbag. They're not going to tell anybody about it, but they already know about it. So because we're all about to see the inner workings of what's going on at the DNC, they want now counterintelligence, or what they believe to be counterintelligence, with the RNC. And what better way to get access than somebody who's going to be receiving a lot of information? Again, Donald Trump, not your typical politician. He has to be told a lot of stuff. So there's probably a ton of information flowing from the RNC to Trump Tower, where his headquarters was. And that's why they wanted that warrant. It didn't have anything to do with a Russian connection. The only connection was possibly Russian hackers hacked into the DNC and gave the information to WikiLeaks, which is still pretty much unconfirmed. People are saying it, but just because people say stuff doesn't mean it's actually real. So you fast forward to October. October is the second FISA request. Now they want to look at a specific server, and they're saying that server may be communicating with a bank in Russia. Here's that Russian connection starting to take shape, the argument starting to form, okay? And I said probably 2 weeks ago on this show, when I look at that and I hear about a server possibly talking to a Russian bank or pinging a bank server, servers don't wake up one morning and decide they're going to now communicate or spam something else. There has to be a virus placed on that server. And a virus could do that. If you could somehow get a virus onto a Trump Tower server, it could absolutely go ahead and spam anything you program the virus to do, essentially. And I said I believe somebody placed a virus on that server so that it would ping a Russian bank, thus giving the government the cause it needs to now apply for and get a FISA warrant. Well, lo and behold, a couple of days ago, they're starting to say this on TV. We're only, I don't know, 10 days ahead, 15 days ahead? Not that big. Not that big. You listen to the show, you are going to be so far ahead of mainstream media that people are going to want to know where you get your information from. Because we said this light years ago, that this is probably what happened. So there's probably an entity within this country that put a virus on that server so it could talk to the Russian server, ping it, whatever the appropriate lingo is. I don't want the literary police to come after me. Thus giving probable cause for a FISA warrant. That's what's going on. It's the only logical explanation to any of this. And then you have the January 2017 BuzzFeed thing with the CNN, the dossier, with the Hooker Gate and the P Gate, with this MI6 guy, Chris Steele. Now that's what led someone like me to believe that there may have been some British interference here, the British intelligence community, the GCHQ, that they had something to do with all this. Perhaps, maybe even that second FISA warrant doesn't exist. Maybe it was knocked down. So the Obamas turned to the same people the Clintons turned to, because they're all in the same circle of corruption and criminality. So they turned to the same people. Well, it was the Hillary donors. I want to be correct here. I don't want someone to say, "Oh, it wasn't Hillary that hired Christopher Steele." No, it was her donors. I get that. But now the Obama administration turns possibly to Britain. What do you have? Just asking if you have anything, maybe we'd be interested in hearing some of it. And Sean Spicer let this little tidbit out a couple of days ago, and British intelligence, the British government just blew up. You have to retract this. You can't talk about it anymore. We didn't do anything. In fact, their words were, the accusation was utterly ridiculous and should be ignored. Never in their statement do they say they did not do it. They just say it's utterly ridiculous. Yes, it is. That is a ridiculous notion that someone like Britain would spy on a presidential candidate in this country. Ridiculous doesn't mean it's not true. And should be ignored. Forget about it. Just forget he ever said that. All right, so If you don't want to believe Larry C. Johnson, the former CIA analyst that said this might be true a couple of weeks ago, if you don't want to believe me, who said this might be true a couple of weeks ago, maybe you'd like to believe Judge Napolitano. I mean, he's a judge, somewhat respectable. At least judges used to be respectable. And he says he has sources that say the same thing. There is no denial in the GCHQ statement. Utterly ridiculous and should be ignored. Not, we did not do that. We'd never in a million years think about interfering. Nothing. Not a zip. Zilch. You gotta read between the lines, because between the lines is where all the information is. You have to remember, the Clintons and the Obamas, they're not dead. They're still around. They're still on the periphery. And that's how they operate. They operate in the gray area. It's been operating in the gray area that has gotten the Clintons so wealthy over the years, and yet somehow not incarcerated. It's the gray area that we like to look at here, and apparently we're not the only ones. I'm glad Sean Spicer said something about British intelligence. I just wish British intelligence had a better answer, because you know what? Now you can't trust Britain. And if you can't trust them, who can you trust? All right, we have a lot more to get to today. I want to talk about these judges totally out of control. Is it time to talk about impeachment? We'll get to that. Hang in there, guys. Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
A CNN original series.
Stop doubting and believe.
The followers who loved him.
I am the resurrection and the life.
The enemies who feared him.
Go to Bethlehem. Kill them all.
Who is the man behind the greatest story ever told?
Everybody who belongs to the truth listens to my voice.
Finding Jesus. New season Sundays at 9 Eastern and Pacific on CNN.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Check out all of the older episodes, iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio. You know, you wonder if there was no intelligence, if nothing happened, this was all on the up and up, we're all a bunch of conspiracy theorists, then why would the Obama administration work feverishly to try and lower classification levels on intelligence? Why would they do that? This is to create the deep state. This is Saul Alinsky stuff. You have to start connecting the dots, because this stuff all goes back to the 40s and the 50s is where this goes back to. Nothing happens just today. There's a reason why everything happens. They are following a very, very meticulous game plan. And as of right now, it's kind of working. I hate to tell you, it's kind of working. Donald Trump is on defense. He needs to go back to offense. And when he put out those tweets, he was on offense. When he said they were wiretapping me, he was on offense. He needs to get back there, get back onto offense. Because right now it's becoming very, very defensive again.
So we're going to keep our eyes on this because this is not over. As much as the House and Senate Intelligence Committees want to say this is over, no, not even close. Not even close. And I think it's absolutely terrible that they give Donald Trump, the President of the United States, 2 weeks. 2-week extension. Hillary Clinton, private citizen, gets months and months. Years, in fact. Years. From the time the email story broke to the time we saw some emails. After they had curated them, of course. Her legal team curated all of them. They searched by keywords. Come on. They must think we are as dumb as they are. No one says anything about this guy Dmitry Peskov, spokesperson for the Kremlin, who says, oh yeah, we met with the Hillary camp during the election. Of course, well, with, their people. Not Hillary herself, but the people. No one says anything about that. It's okay for Hillary to have a Russian connection. Not okay for Donald Trump. Not okay. This is mainstream media just spitting this thing and whipping it all up. That's what all fake news. All of it. All right. Let's talk about these judges. So we have the judge in Hawaii. You have the judge in Washington, of course, Robart. And you have this guy in Maryland. At one point or another, all put this injunction on this travel ban. Of course, the one in Hawaii and Maryland was the latest travel ban. Robart in Washington was the first travel ban. Total overreach here. And the problem is that, you know what, if you want to be a judge and you want to put your stamp on things, I totally understand that. You've maybe perhaps earned that right. In fact, I think we need to go to elected federal judges from now on. Just putting it out there. Not these appointed hacks for lifetime terms. But I'm thinking, if you're going to go up against the president, and he is going to have an executive order that's based in law, based on law granted to him through Congress, shouldn't you have to mention that law somewhere in your response? Somewhere? I mean, shouldn't it have to be there? They are legislating from the bench, the Democrats, liberals, progressives, whatever you want to call them, the nutbags, they went judge shopping. And they're going to keep doing this. Now, there's nothing you can do about it right now. They said it would be irreparably harmed because the commerce, the people, and the Iranians love Hawaii, and the sick grandmother who hasn't been here in 15 years can't visit, and come on. Really? Maybe we should send all the refugees to Hawaii then. How's that sound? Just send them out to the island. That's fine. I'm okay. And we'll put a wall around it. A big wall around it. That'll be wall number 2. We'll forego the Canadian wall as the second wall, and we'll just put it around Hawaii. Maybe we'll fill it with water afterwards, too. So, are these judges bordering on kind of out of control? Are they bordering on treasonous? Now, the Constitution is very vague about what a judge has to do to be impeached. They say they have to act in good behavior. That's what they have to do. But treason is defined by if you are helping an enemy or aid and comfort to an enemy. Well, we know Iran is an enemy. No, I mean, they've pledged our destruction along with Israel. I think that makes them an enemy. Maybe I'm just mincing words here. They've provided aid and comfort to Iran, and Iran has also vowed, if you want to say they want our destruction, a war with us. Are they not providing aid and comfort to a country like Iran who is on that list who has vowed to destroy us? Now, there have been judges in the past that have been impeached. It's happened. Some for abuse of power. Go figure. A judge, abuse of power? I think it's awfully... You have a district judge in Hawaii nobody has ever heard of before. I probably have more followers on Twitter than he does. And somehow he's an appointed judge can usurp the President of the United States. They are 3 co-equal branches of government, not one on top of the other. What if Donald Trump said, we have to go to war with North Korea? North Korea is building a nuclear arsenal. They're going to shoot off some nukes. We have to preemptively strike. He puts troops on the boats, send them over there. Can the judge say no? Can the judge say no? The commander-in-chief can't do that? Legislating from the bench. Democrats cannot get their policies passed at the ballot box. It's been happening for 20 years. You've had 15 total judges impeached over the years, 8 of them convicted by the Senate, 4 of them acquitted by the Senate, 3 of them resigned before proceedings. 1830, James Hawkins Peck. 1904, Charles Swain. 1926, George Washington English. Abuse of power, abuse of power, abuse of power. All 3 of them. There have been 61 federal judges altogether that have been investigated for impeachment. At the very least, if you could not muster the votes for a convicted impeachment, you have to put it out there that they will be taken to task. We have a lot more on this when we get back. Hang in there.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins, plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, zeblis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares. First or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Of this weekend report, you can find all the old episodes. Get caught up on the week. You should do that because we get a running start every Monday. It goes quick, it goes fast, lots of topics. So you can find those old episodes on RynoReport.com or iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio. You can always email me, Ryno, R-Y-N-O, at rwbnetwork.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryno, R-Y-N-O, on air. So, we get all the housekeeping out of the way. I don't think you'd be able to impeach any of these judges fully or convict them. You can impeach plenty of them. I think the House could muster 218 votes. Sure, I think it could happen. But you're never going to get the 67 from the Senate. Democrats are going to oppose. They are the obstructionist party right now. They know that. Everybody knows that. They think they're doing good. They're tearing themselves apart. They're going to be a shell of themselves in 3 or 4 years. So let's just let them, they're just going to die on the vine. I'm fine watching that happen. But what's going to happen here is if you put a couple of these judges under investigation for abuse of power, trying to usurp the President of the United States, going above and beyond the authority they are given as an appointed district judge, at least you will put them on notice so that these Democrats can't go judge shopping, because a judge may say, you know what, I have a pretty good life right now. I go to all the cool parties, people seem to like me, and I don't really want to be under investigation for impeachment, because if anything ever comes of it, I may not be able to get a private sector job if I need it. At least you are putting them on notice. They are throwing a bunch of fecal matter at Donald Trump. Time to throw it back. You just can't play nice anymore. You got to pick it up and throw it back at them. I would start investigating each of these 3 judges in Washington, in Hawaii, and in Maryland. They do not have the power. This is a total abuse of power on their part. Absolutely. And you'll never convince me otherwise. You know, speaking of people who like to have power, it's very easy, and I said it in the open, it's very easy to tell which special interest group owns which senator, which House member. Very easy to tell, because though they go right for the parts of the president's budget. Oh, this is never going to work. This is not going to work. And that's who you know owns them. It's very easy to tell. They should walk around with like NASCAR jackets on, right? Well, there's sponsors in the back of them. That's how they should walk around with. Everyone that owns the politician. It'll never happen. That bill should go to Congress. Just put that there. Let's see how they vote. Let's just put them on record with a certain vote. And then when it comes to term limits, put that vote back out there, that bill back out there, and let the people see who's actually representing them. And I say representing, quote unquote, because most of them would rather come back and tell you how to do things rather than take your opinions to Washington. We've been over that ad nauseum. So some of these, we have Hal Rogers. Let's see, you got a bunch of them here. Mike Conaway out of Texas. Oh, all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems. Rob Portman in Ohio. Yeah, there's special interests. Come on. You're not fooling me on this one. Last thing here. This is incredible. Residents of Chicago have had a 63% increase in gun permits. They've applied 63% increase over 2015. 38,712 Chicago residents received state-issued firearm owner identification cards. That's 15,000 more than in 2015. Of course, 762 murders in Chicago in 2016. And then you also had 4,331 shooting victims in Chicago in 2016. The residents of Chicago are fed up, and they are exercising their Second Amendment right. Good for you guys. I'm with you all the way. Hope you had a good time today. A big thank you to all those serving our country at home and abroad, and a huge thank you to those in the law enforcement community. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the hard work. Please keep it up, and above all, please stay safe. God bless all of you. God bless all of your families. Have a great rest of your weekend. And until Monday, I'm the Ryno, and I'm out.